Near the hippo pool in the waters of the Mosaic River, pelicans and yellow-beaked storks meet on a daily basis to fish and clean their plumage. In Manyara Lake, there are two different species of pelicans, the white pelican, which is larger, and the grey pelican with the pink back, somewhat smaller but equally boisterous. Pelicans are extremely gregarious animals. They live in groups, and all of their movements, whether flying, fishing or grooming their feathers, seem to be marked by a guiding force that makes them move in unison. Pelicans live in communities and build their nests in brooding colonies. While grey pelicans can nest on the ground near the riverbeds, the white pelicans always build their nests high up in the trees, which are located here in Manyara near the rivers that bathe the rainforest. Despite being one of the largest flying birds in the world with a wingspan of almost 3 meters and weighing nearly 14 kilograms, pelicans are extraordinary flyers thanks to the multitude of aerial sacs on their bodies and the size of their wings. In Manyara Lake, they are one of the main attractions for ornithologists from all over the world who come to enjoy their ablutions in the river and their evening flights rising with the thermal currents over the walls of the rift. The saltpeter-laden riverbanks are the meeting place of flamingos, ibis, marabou, storks and yellow-beaked storks forming noisy colonies near the water. The late hours of the afternoon, when the sun begins its descent and the air gets a bit cooler, mark the beginning of activity in the parks, rivers and ponds. The hippopotami, which will come out of the water at sunset to eat reeds near the hippo pool, leave their placid rest behind to become immersed in peaceful social rivalry. Hippopotami can open their mouths to 150-degree angles, and it is by comparing their powerful open jaws that they delimit their hierarchical position in the group without the need for dangerous fights between opponents. The system is quite simple. The one with the largest mouth is the winner, and the loser, submissive, looks for another opponent against whom to measure its jaws. It seems that hippopotami recognize one another through their sense of smell, and the odor of their excrement determines whether there'll be a reconciliation or confrontation between them. The excrement of the dominant male is more persistent, with a long-lasting odor, marking the territory and the members of the group with its dung. Even the other males must receive the smelly bath or suffer the wrath of the group leader. So it is that the showers of excrement which take place in the water are followed by a friendly encounter or a furious battle, which, when it occurs, usually ends in tragedy for one of the opponents. This dung dictatorship favors the group by avoiding bloody fights. The hierarchical structure is determined by comparing jaws, and life in the hippo pool goes along without serious problems among these colossal mammals weighing more than 3,000 kilos. The name Manyara comes from an indigenous word. The Maasai use the word Manyara to refer to an euphorbia with which they raise palisades to protect their livestock. It is a harder and more resistant plant than any other hawthorn they use in their cattle pens, and protects the livestock contained inside better than any other. In the same way, the Manyara National Park protects a mosaic of ecosystems which represent the biological diversity of Tanzania and give shelter to the animal species living there. Today, this former hunting preserve has become an inviolable refuge for the animal species which not long ago attracted hunters from all over the world.